Hello, I'm Philip Stoten for EMSNow. I'm here at SMTAI in Texas, and I'm joined by Brian Smith from DEK. Brian, good to see you again. Thanks for stopping by to chat.
Good to see you as always.
What's going on in the US? What's new? How's the market shaping up for you at the moment?
Yeah, the market's been pretty strong for us this year. Particularly, I'm covering North and South America. The strongest part of the market has definitely been Mexico.
Okay.
We've seen a lot of growth there. In fact, it's so busy right now, our guys can hardly keep their head above water.
Okay.
We got a lot of big contracts that have come through there. Automotive's done well. Some of the big EMS guys have done well.
Yeah.
So otherwise, the market's pretty much on par with last year, but
yeah.
if you factor Mexico in, we're up year over year.
Okay.
Yeah.
And in Mexico, there seems to be a couple of things at play. We hear a lot of stuff about reshoring.
Yep.
I'm still a little bit unconvinced about that. I do believe there's a kind of correction going on, which makes perfect sense. But also, I think Mexico's always been a good model for outsourcing for North America, and people seem to finally be getting it. Is it the outsourcing market that's creating that opportunity for you?
I think so. I mean, if you look at it in totality, I think the China market was so attractive for so long, just on a cost basis alone. The issues there, though, now with protecting IP, and obviously we've heard a lot about the cost of labor going up there. The cost of logistics has gotten higher. I think that a lot of Western companies, a lot of American companies like the idea of having their manufacturing a little bit closer to home.
Yeah.
It helps with time to market, and so Mexico has really stood to benefit here in the last few years on that basis.
Yeah, and what's driving them in terms of their demand for capital equipment? Is it speed? Is it change over time? Is it miniaturization?
I think it's a little bit of both. I think a lot. They're getting a lot of volume that they didn't have maybe in years past, and they are growing capacity there. The biggest challenges there are probably related to miniaturization still. We do some work with mobile phone companies, and there have been some mobile phone manufacturing in Mexico. It's really been a challenge for all parties involved to get the manufacturing just right, and that's always the toughest part of what we do. Is the most challenging, smallest apertures tend to be where the rubber meets the road for the printing guys.
Yeah, and the solutions that you're offering in that area, things like Proactive, are they selling well in that region?
So Proactive is still on the upswing, I would say. You know, it hasn't had the massive where it's being sold on every machine. It hasn't taken off quite like that. But there are certainly applications where it's a good fit. Certainly in the low area ratio parts, we're going to see a benefit from Proactive. We're doing a lot of testing with Proactive. We see some new applications for Proactive. So we're excited about the future of Proactive at this point.
Yeah, I was at ACD in Richardson in Texas. They have two lines, both with DEK at the front, both with Proactive. And my sense from Scott, who runs that facility, is he wouldn't be without it. It's just like they use it all the time because they know regardless of what mix they've got, it's going to work. Yeah,
we've had customers that have, once they try it and they find it solves a problem for them, they'd never want to be without it, like you said. There have been other applications where, you know, they're shown to be minimal impact, maybe not, in the customer's viewpoint, maybe not worth the trouble or worth the extra money, but it just depends on the application. There are some people who have actually completely fallen in love with it and wouldn't buy a machine without it at this point.
Yeah, it's getting that mix of technology on there. The other thing I noticed there when I was up at ACD yesterday was no AOI system directly after the printer, and I was thinking, okay, well then no need for a closed loop. And I said, why don't you have AOI? They said, why would we? We've got Hawkeye in the machine. So they're using that solution, and that seems to be working very well for them. Is it those companies that are not just buying the platforms, but are actually getting into all the add-ons, and those are the ones that can achieve the most value, I guess?
Yeah, I mean, I think that as time goes on, a lot of our customers find that their needs change, and they end up adding new things to the equipment that they didn't think that they needed when they got it in the first place. That's certainly one of the benefits of the Horizon platform, is that it's so modular. We can add so many things to it down the road. If everything is really retrofittable back to every machine we've made since 2006. in the Horizon platform. So any new tool we come out with, we can help somebody who's bought a machine, you know, 6-7 years ago, they can still get that same benefit.
Yeah, and you mentioned the automotive industry. What kind of demand is driving the automotive industry? Not so much miniaturization there, I guess, but more robust reliability.
I mean, what I always say about the automotive guys is they tend to want to know everything's the same every day, no matter what. They want it to be consistent, they want perfect quality every time. They prefer to have 0 defects, obviously. And what I say is that automotive customers, they sleep better at night if they know the process is locked down. They know they can trust it to anybody. They would prefer minimized operator intervention for sure. So things like the paste roll height monitor, paste dispenser are really going to be helpful for them, especially when they work those two together. Because really the operator doesn't even have to be involved with paste replenishment. It also helps with throughput because the operator doesn't have to go and open up the cover and put new paste in. It's just all done automatically.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. And what do you see? What do you see for 2014? And US seems to be in this really strange state at the moment with the government taking a holiday.
Right. We're all on shutdown.
Even even the fountains in the park are switched off. I guess that's something to do with it. I don't know. But what do you think is going to happen in 2014? I know it's crystal ball stuff. But
yeah, hard to say. Boy, I mean. We're forecasting a year next year that's going to be over the 2013 numbers. U.S. economy looks like it's, aside from what's happened these last few weeks, the U.S. economy looks like it's been strengthening over the course of the year. There's a lot of pent-up demand for new capital equipment. A lot of people that have been trying to just get by with their old stuff for a bit, holding off to the last possible minute. We've got new products coming out. We've got exciting things going on at DEK, and I think we're expecting some growth next year in the U.S. in particular and in the Americas overall.
Okay, and it would be remiss of me to let you go without mentioning the divestiture. Any news on that or any expectation of timelines?
Yeah, I mean, it's been a roller coaster for us. I mean, I personally don't have any direct knowledge of the situation other than to say that we expect a strategic buyer to come along and you know, we haven't been told any details about when this may happen. There's some hope that it'll happen between now and the end of the year, but
who knows?
We don't know.
Who knows? And you just push on, do the best you can.
That's right.
Keep running the business.
All we're doing is doing what we always have been doing, trying to add value for our customers, and hopefully we'll have a new strategic corporate partner in the not too distant future.
Well, if you do a good job in the first, the second thing will follow, won't it?
That's right, exactly right.
Okay, well, Brian, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for chatting, and look forward to seeing you again.
Thank you. Thanks, Phil.
Thanks a lot.